Now on Sunrise and streaming on CrossroadsToday.com, a migrant has escaped the Immigration Processing Center in Karnes County. The 19-year-old is on the run from police this morning. And the search for survivors continues after that massive earthquake on the Turkey-Syria border. Experts now fearing the survival window for those trapped is closing rapidly. And former Vice President Mike Pence now subpoenaed by the special counsel investigating former President Donald Trump.
Some cooler temperatures, maybe a cool weekend in store, but we will warm up eventually. We'll talk all about it.
You're watching 25 News Now Sunrise. Good morning and thank you for joining us. I'm Carolina Astrain. Today is the 10th day of February 2023. The time is now 6:31 on your Friday morning. And today it's National Cream Cheese Brownie Day. That sounds delicious. Let's go ahead and turn to First Warn Storm Team meteorologist Howie Gordon. Howie, is a brownie in your near future?
I love brownies. Are heavenly, man. You know, when they smell them when they come out of the oven, and oh, they're so devourable.
They're so good.
Devourable. I love brownies, but not part of my diet plan at the moment. But hey, yeah, there's one in the future for sure. You got Super Bowl Sunday, you got Valentine's, and what's coming after Valentine's? July 4th? I don't know. Memorial Day?
Your favorite, St. Patrick's Day.
Oh, St. Patrick's Day. That could be Brownie Day. We'll see about that. Maybe a green one, right? All right, let's get into the weather now. Here's what we're looking at. Okay, sun coming up, partly cloudy skies, but here's what happened. Our boundary came through, a dry boundary, bringing cooler air, that cooler sinking air, and then we have lack of cloud cover for the most part, heat escaping into the atmosphere. So yeah, we cooled down. Now, still temperatures around average or even better than average, but we're cooler than where we've been. So yeah, it might feel a little shock to the system there. Might feel a little uncomfortable. Here's our temperatures now, 55 on the coast. Get away from the water, temperatures closer to that 50-degree mark, which again is above average, so really not too bad. But the thing is, these winds, a little gusty out there in some spots. Winds gusting to 15 or 20, so that 48 might feel closer to 38 or 39, even with clear skies and sunny skies at that hour of the morning. But later on today, here is what happens. We do warm up, but hey, only a high of 58. You know, in the shade with those winds and, you know, with the sun, I mean, it still might feel a little bit on the uncomfortable side, so maybe keep that jacket handy. But we will eventually have a warm-up. We're going to talk all about that coming up very soon. Carolina?
Thank you, Howie. A 19-year-old Honduran undocumented immigrant has escaped the Karnes County Immigration Processing Center and is on the run. Authorities say the migrant Alejandro Jose Martinez Hernandez has cartel ties. Hernandez was in ICE custody for 10 days before his escape. The Karnes County Sheriff's Office is issuing a stark warning this morning to keep doors locked and to avoid picking up hitchhikers. Call the Karnes County Sheriff's Office at 830-780-3931, option 1, if you see or are approached by a suspicious person. Authorities in Hallettsville are searching for Tevin Heights. Heights currently has 2 outstanding warrants for his arrest. He is wanted for aggravated assault with a deadly weapon in Bexar County and for a terroristic threat in Yoakum. Heights has ties to Yoakum, Shiner, and Cuero, Hallettsville, and Hallettsville areas. Authorities say he should be considered armed and dangerous. If you have any information on his whereabouts, contact the Hallettsville Police Department at 361-798-3683. Rescuers continue their race to pull more people alive from the rubble, with the window closing to find trapped survivors. Emergency crews on both sides of the border work through the night to find survivors. Experts say the survival window for those trapped under the rubble or otherwise unable to obtain basic necessities was closing rapidly. At the same time, they said it was too soon to abandon hope. Turkey's Disaster Management Agency says more than 110,000 rescue personnel were now taking part in the search and rescue effort, with more than 5,500 vehicles, including tractors, cranes, bulldozers, and excavators, shipped. Less than a week after the Chinese surveillance balloon was shot down, crews are continuing to collect remains to analyze. FBI special agents assigned to the evidence response team processed material recovered from the balloon and transported it to the transported it to the FBI laboratory in Quantico, Virginia. The 200-foot balloon was shot down by an F-22 Raptor with a single-shot missile. The balloon was spotted hovering over the U.S. for several days, although China claimed that the balloon was a civilian airship used for weather research that had been blown off course. Authorities say the debris field extended across about 7 nautical miles. Former Vice President Mike Pence now subpoenaed by Special Counsel Jack Smith. Smith was appointed in November by Attorney General Merrick Garland to lead the Justice Department's Trump inquiries. Smith is overseeing inquiries into Trump's role in the January 6th Capitol attack, as well as the former president's handling of classified documents after he left office. It is unclear what information Smith is seeking from Pence. Smith already subpoenaed local officials in key presidential swing states for any and all communications involving Trump and allies who assisted in his effort to overturn the 2020 election. We'll go to Washington for the latest on the subpoena later on Sunrise. In Hallettsville, 2 bags of methamphetamine and a pipe were found in a vehicle after a search. This was the scene at the city park Wednesday around midnight. A 23-year-old Hallettsville man was taken into custody and now faces a 3rd-degree felony charge. No word on if anyone was hurt in this crash yesterday. It happened just after noon in the 5800 block of North John Stockbauer Drive near Northeast Sacklands Parkway. The feeder road onto the loop from Prosperity Bank was closed for a short time. If going out on the water is in your weekend plans, here's a look at what you can expect to catch. Here's 25 News Now Sports Director Gino Perez with your fishing report.
Grab your poles, crossroads. It's time to go fishing. In East Matagorda Bay, when the weather allows, redfish and trout are best on artificial lures. In West Matagorda Bay, the water in the Colorado River is stained and the bite is slow, but should clear in about a week. In Port O'Connor, trout are spotty on the outside of the jetties with live shrimp. Redfish are good at the end of the jetties on sardines. Lastly, in Rockport, redfish and trout are slow in 1 to 4 feet of water with a mud and shell bottom on live bait or artificials. Good luck and be safe out there. That's your 25 Sports Now fishing report.
All right, get your cell phone and scan this QR code. It's our quick response code to download the Crossroads Today app. You can get breaking news alerts, vote in our viewer poll, get the latest news, weather, and sports, and learn all about our ongoing contest right there on the app. Submit those news, tips, and photos. The time is now 6:38 on your Friday morning. Here's a look at what's coming up on 25 News Now Sunrise. A local store that gives free clothes to the community is in danger of closing.
The special counsel investigating former President Donald Trump's efforts to overturn the 2020 election results subpoenas former Vice President Mike Pence. I'm ABC's Faith Abube in Washington. Details coming up.
So cooler temperatures for a couple days, but we will have a warm up in the future. We'll talk about that coming up in just a few moments.
This week on Community Crossroads, we hear from Pam Health Victoria, Harbor Hospice, we learn about South Texas plants, the Gabriel Project, and Theater Victoria.
It's a really fun show. It's actually based on a true story of a friendship between Patsy Cline and a Texas lady from Houston, which is played by Sandy.
Yes.
And it's got all the hits of Patsy Cline that everybody will recognize.
1 in 5 deaths of people 20 to 49 can be attributed to excessive alcohol use. You actually had alcohol poisoning.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You drank yourself sick.
Yeah, 100%.
Was your intention to get drunk?
I didn't plan to black out, and I did.
What's the difference between a very bad habit and having an actual problem?
You have the statistics, and they are very scary.
All new Dr. Phil.
For months, we've been saying that Fred Loya can save you more money on your car insurance, but just how much more? In recent months, people who switched from Geico and Progressive to Fred Loya Insurance have saved over $1,500 a year. State Farm customers who switched to Fred Loya saved over $1,600 a year. Allstate customers saved over $1,100 a year. That's a combined savings of over $240,000 a year. So start paying less. Call or visit fredloya.com. If you don't call, you don't save.
All right, Crossroads, I'm going to plan your day, or Quero, that is, I'm going to plan your day. Here's what we have. So start early around 50 degrees, which is not too bad. We're just not used to that cool temperatures. We were seeing some warm temperatures last few nights and mornings, 65, 68, 71. So a little cooler than what we've seen. Now, with the winds gusting away, these 50s, that could feel a little uncomfortable, especially over there in the shade. So maybe a light coat. Not horrible though, still 50s, but wind chills again could take us down a little bit further. Okay, here we go. Wind speeds gusting away closer to the coast. Some spots at 30 miles per hour. Yeah, with chilly temperatures and strong winds like that, definitely will feel the wind chill effect. Now, as that boundary pushed through, it's spiking up our winds. We could see again winds today in that 25 mile per hour range. Okay, here's our dew points. These have been getting knocked down lately. Less moisture in the air. More able to cool at a quicker rate. So yeah, overnight temperatures tonight, Friday, and Saturday, we could see temperatures near 30s with wind chills in the 20s. We'll talk more weather coming up. Carolina?
Thank you. Thank you, Howie. We now turn to the developing story in the special counsel probe into former President Donald Trump's effort to overturn the 2020 presidential election results. ABC News has learned that former Vice President Mike Pence has been served a subpoena to testify in the investigation.
This morning, new signs that the sweeping investigation into the role former President Donald Trump and his allies played in the January 6th Capitol attack is now intensifying.
And if you don't fight like hell, you're not going to have a country anymore.
Special counsel Jack Smith, appointed by the Attorney General just last November to oversee the January 6th probe, wants former Vice President Mike Pence to testify under oath. Multiple sources telling ABC News that after months of negotiating with the former vice president's attorneys, Smith has issued a subpoena to compel Pence's testimony. Former U.S. Attorney Barbara McQuaid on MSNBC.
And so I think the things that Donald Trump said to Mike Pence that could reveal whether he knew he had actually lost the election and that what he was doing was an improper effort to retain office.
Pence faced enormous pressure from Trump and his allies to overturn the 2020 election results.
I hope Mike is going to do the right thing. I hope so.
A mob of Trump supporters later storming the U.S. Capitol after Pence made it clear he would certify the election tally for Joe Biden. In a November interview with ABC News, Pence called Trump's words on January 6th reckless.
The president's words that day at the rally endangered me and my family and everyone at the Capitol building.
But it's still unclear whether the former vice president will comply with the special counsel's subpoena.
It's a big deal in the sense that it's part of the Justice Department and more specifically special counsel Jack Smith's promise to overturn every stone.
And a spokesperson for Pence did not immediately respond to an ABC News request for comment, and the special counsel's office declined to speak on the matter. In Washington, Faith Abube, ABC News.
A local store that gives free clothes to the community and that is in memoriam of a child that was killed in an unsolved hit-and-run case is on the verge of closing. Tucked away in the corner of a shopping center off John Stockbauer, you'll find Kevin's Closet, located at 5003. John Stockbauer Kevin's Closet is a resale shop dedicated to Kevin James Garza, who when he was only 11 years old was hit and killed while walking to school in Bloomington. It's been over 6 years, and the person who killed him has still not been caught. Kevin's mom, Darlene, says her son knew the mission of giving back to those in need because he'd help her in the resale shop.
You know, if we're going to go down fighting. You know, and that's exactly how I feel. I was like, I'm not going to give up. I mean, I know I'm thousands in debt, but I don't want to give up. I want to, at least I know, you know, at least I know that I tried everything.
Kevin's Closet also has a Facebook page where you can keep up with their upcoming events and their GoFundMe, which you can find on our website, crossroadstoday.com. Today is National Umbrella Day, leading us to your viewer poll. Have you purchased an umbrella in the past year? Let's take a look. 14% of you say yes, and 86% of you say no. We want to keep hearing from you. Come to crossroadstoday.com/vote. You can also scan the QR code right there on your screen to take part. The time is now 6:45 on your Friday morning. Still to come on 25 News Now Sunrise, we learn about an upcoming Art as Therapy talk at Pam Health Victoria.
Stay up to date with what's happening in the Crossroads by downloading the Crossroads Today mobile app. You'll get instant alerts to your phone or tablet the minute breaking news or weather happens. Only the free Crossroads Today mobile app features weather updates for local sports. The Crossroads Today app gives you the ability to stream our daily newscasts when you're on the go and share pictures or tips straight to our newsroom and so much more. Brought to you locally by Prosperity Bank with 12 locations serving the Crossroads area.
Now, your car used to be his car.
A vandalized vehicle leads to twisted logic.
You were actually referring to this BMW as your car.
D'Anthony prostituted me when I was only 17 years old.
He was a pimp. Therefore, you are really the owner of the BMW because it was paid from money that you earned.
Yes.
This case has become more interesting as we've progressed.
Right.
Next, Judge Judy.
Tired of your typical clock in, clock out job? You need a rewarding career in an entertaining environment that you'll enjoy. Take yourself out of the box and come to the Victoria Television Group. We have an active, fun, creative atmosphere that can help you succeed and keep those everyday work blues away. Come join our energetic and outgoing sales team. Renew your career and learn to use skills you didn't know you had. Call us 361-575-2500 or email opportunity@victoriatelevision.com for more information.
Are you ready to stop letting big business take your customers away? Phase 3 Digital is your #1 digital marketing resource to keep your customers shopping with you. With an office right here in the Crossroads and a team of support across the nation, we can help you wherever your business is in the online journey. From building a site to developing e-commerce capabilities to growing your customer base, we will drive results. It is time to take the next step in growing your business with Phase 3 Digital. Are you ready to take your customers back? Give us a call or visit us online to get started.
From the moment you wake up until it's time to go to sleep again, we know you have to wear many hats. When you're ready to be you again, the Y is here. 2023 is the year to take all that you've been given and turn it into something stronger, bigger, better. 2023 is the year of strength, accountability, and accomplishment. This year, be you. Be a member. Visit ymcagoldencrescent.org to schedule a tour today.
Aggressive drivers, they aren't just rude, they can be deadly. Don't be that guy.
All right, dew points. Yeah, these are getting knocked down in the 30s and 40s. They were in the 60s, close to 70 just a couple of days ago. Now, less moisture. That means more heat escapes during the day. But here's our latest cold front. You see it pushing through the area. Now, cool, dry air is pulling down into the Crossroads. That's going to drop our temperatures down for a couple of days. On a side note, look up there to the Pacific Northwest. That cold front, that could push through and make its way into South Texas, maybe Tuesday into Wednesday, and that could bring us showers and even more cooler air. But this front is going to move off. High pressure is going to keep us sunny, but we're going to stay a little cool. Then the high starts to move off. That's going to allow airflow out of the southwest, some of that warm, dry air. That will start to allow for temperatures to be on the rise and eventually in the 70s and maybe even potentially into the 80s. So we're looking at a cool couple of days, but then eventually we will warm up, and we'll take one last look at the weather coming up in just a moment. Carolina?
We're now joined by Cheyenne and Ernesto here to talk to us about an art therapy talk that's going to be coming up at PAM Health North here in Victoria. Welcome to Sunrise.
Thank you.
Yes. So Cheyenne, you are an occupational therapist. You work for PAM Health. Talk to us about the medical side of art therapy, what the impacts can be.
Yeah, sure. Well, thank you for having me. I'm really excited to see what art as therapy can bring to the Crossroads, especially to our Parkinson's population at PAM. For occupational therapy, the benefits are working on your upper extremity for your hands. So a lot of the times people with Parkinson's disease, they get the tremors in their hands. which can make it really difficult for them to do their fine motor skills on a day-to-day basis. Not only that, but they're at a higher risk for falling in the community because of their balance, but also they don't process visual information the way that we do. So being able to work on coloring or drawing to help with their depth perception is really beneficial. So using artist therapy, that will be great for both their fine motor coordination skills, but also just working on visual spatial processing.
Oh, wow. And Ernesto, you're an artist here in Victoria. What can we expect from the artist side in this talk?
Sure. Art therapy itself is more or less a new type of art that is being developed in conjunction with healthcare professionals. In this case, it's going to be focused on art expression, and in a group setting that it's non-judgmental. It's not going to be a competitive thing. And the goal is to have self-expression from the patient or the person that is involved, and maybe release some trauma or some issues that may be hidden and that the healthcare professional may not know or may not be aware right away about it.
Wow. Well, let's let our viewers know about this upcoming presentation that's going to be presented by Ernesto. It's going to be from noon to 1 on Wednesday, February 15th at PAM Health North. We'll have more on our website, crossroadstoday.com. Thank y'all so much for coming on Sunrise.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, coming up, don't go anywhere. News to know before you go.
Here was a healthy woman lying dead in her bed.
This is a case that has everything.
Passion, betrayal, and murder. And what was in this secret letter she left behind?
That changed everything.
2020, tonight on ABC.
Friday, Tiny Heroes Unite! From Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania, William Jackson Harper. Make me big!
I really don't like pressure. Everybody's looking at you.
Are you suggesting to me that you don't like the pressure of everybody looking at you? Says the man who drops the New Year's Eve ball.
Next 5, Maud Apatow. Plus, pamper yourself with back-to-back bargains.
The part where I hold my breath is the countdown from 10. He's gonna screw up.
I think I might screw it up too.
1 in 5 deaths of people 20 to 49 can be attributed to excessive alcohol use. You actually had alcohol poisoning.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
You drank yourself sick.
Yeah, 100%.
Was your intention to get drunk?
I didn't plan to black out, and I did.
What's the difference between a very bad habit and having an actual problem?
You have the statistics, and they are very scary.
All new Dr. Phil.
Here was a healthy woman lying dead in her bed.
This is a case that has everything.
Passion, betrayal, and murder. And what was in this secret letter she left behind?
That changed everything.
2020, tonight on ABC.
No one thought he would run. A computer salesman was supposed to report to prison to begin a 17-year sentence.
How do you evade capture for 25 years?
Now, join the global manhunt. Have you seen this man? Listen wherever you get your podcasts.
At a time when misinformation is all too common on social media, we take great pride in bringing you the news that matters, that impacts your family, news you can trust. Local broadcast journalists bring you the facts, covering the stories breaking in our community and across the globe. Text TV to 52886 and let Congress know you depend on local journalism. This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
And now for today's question of the day. How many umbrellas are sold in the U.S. each year? Today is National Umbrella Day, so that's why we're asking this question. Okay, Howie, look. Melanie and Luke and Leticia are all guessing 33 million. How do they know all this?
They're sold per year?
Yeah, 33 million.
Wow.
Think about everyone that loses their umbrella like me.
In the umbrella business.
Orla's guessing 500. So, yeah, not a bad idea, the umbrella business.
So 500, oh, yeah, we give the answer? Did you give the
Yeah,
answer?
we're ready for the answer.
Oh,
So the answer is 33 million. Y'all got it. Oh my gosh. Thank y'all for taking part.
It's a little more than 500.
Yeah, a little bit more. So thank you for taking part in today's question. We'll have another question for you on Monday. Be sure to enjoy your Valentine's weekend. Now we go to News to Know before you go. A suspect on the run from Baltimore police after police say he shot 2 police officers is cornered in a wooded area in Hartford County. The suspect is identified as 24-year-old David Emery Lithicum, who police describe as a white man who is 5 feet 7 inches tall, weighs 165 pounds, has long auburn hair, brown eyes, and a beard. He's accused of shooting 1 Baltimore County officer Wednesday and a detective on Thursday. The first wounded officer was released from the hospital Wednesday night. The second officer is in a stable condition at shock trauma. Authorities say Lithicum is pinned in a wooded area behind a shopping center, and authorities say they are working to bring this to an end in a peaceful manner. Bay City issued a boil water notice Wednesday. Bay City officials report the notice comes after a mechanical issue with one of their water wells after a fire hydrant repair. Water pressures in Bay City are restored and they are testing the system. The Bed Bath & Beyond in Victoria is on the latest list of closures for the home goods chain. The Victoria Bed Bath & Beyond is located at 7808 Sacklands Parkway. Bed Bath & Beyond announced this week it is closing 149 more stores for a total of over 400 store closings in the past several months. Company officials say they have raised about $1 billion that will be used to pay off its debts. PAM Health needs community support from the Crossroads area, and they're asking for donations to send to people of Ukraine as the war rages on overseas. Supplies needed include warm jackets, blankets, sleeping bags, mittens, and backpacks. They're also asking for various medical supplies, including diapers, bandages, and pain relievers. Toys for children are also needed. If you donate money or supply donations, drop-off locations for both are at PAM Health Rehabilitation Hospital Victoria and PAM Health Specialty Hospitals. The addresses are there on your screen. Items must be boxed to be accepted, and drop-off for both locations must be between 8 a.m. and noon, Monday through Friday only.
We're sending this back to W.
Cowboys quarterback Dak Prescott named the 2022 Walter Payton NFL Man of the Year. He was honored Thursday night at the 12th annual NFL Honors. The award was established in 1970 and renamed in 1999 to honor Payton, the NFL's all-time leading rusher. The award recognizes an NFL player for his excellence off the field. Prescott was awarded for his charity foundation work centered on cancer research in honor of his mother and suicide prevention in his brother's memory. We want to invite you to experience our digital streaming service, Crossroads Today Plus. You can find it on your connected TV through Amazon Fire TV, Roku, Apple TV, Android TV, and on your cell phone, just search Crossroads Today Plus. And now let's take a look at our first warned storm. Team meteorologist Howie Gordon's last look of our forecast.
Thanks, Carolina. So we'll start with our marine forecast. Small craft advisory. Look at that. Bay's rough because seas will occasionally be up to 9 feet. So yes, be careful out there on the waterway. Then today, okay, we'll have some sun. We'll be below average in the 50s, but with those winds, yeah, that's going to feel a little bit on the chilly side, especially if you're sitting in the shade. Okay, tonight though, cooler, dry air, sinking air pushing down from the north, lack of clouds, heat escaping into the atmosphere. All that is a recipe for 33 degrees with wind chills, hey, maybe in the 20s. So definitely a cool night. Then tomorrow, a high of 57, a tad better. It's still sunny. We'll still be on the breezy side. Okay, looking ahead, we do warm up later on in the week with temperatures in the 70s, but we start the first couple days, Friday, Saturday, look at that in the 50s. The big game, 62 degrees, and then Monday, close to 70, as well as Tuesday, then the mid-70s, but then another boundary knocks us down Wednesday and into Thursday. Carolina?
Thank you, Howie, and thank you for joining us. Have a wonderful Friday and weekend. Come to crossroadstoday.com for more local news, weather, and sports. And join James, Don, Howie, Karina, and Gino to 25 News Now at 5, 6, and 10.